There are two certain things that are guaranteed in life when you go on LinkedIn. One, seeing a Watkin post. And secondly, seeing those bloody self-employed estate agents saying I've capped or I'm an icon. Well, today I'm joined by one of those guilty parties, Sam Sarone, who regularly tells us that she has capped whatever that is and icon status or whatever. Sam, thanks for joining me today. Sam, if you don't mind me saying, you're one of the most successful EXP agents out there, which means you're one of the most successful self-employed estate agents. You have a huge team. Your figures, I've looked at them online, are absolutely amazing. Your marketing is brilliant. Okay.
Yeah.
So why do you and your colleagues bang on constantly about capping or being an icon, whatever that is? Talk to me.
So I'm struggling to have this conversation while you've got 3 caps on your head, Chris.
That's because I've capped 3 times.
Have you capped 3 times?
Yes.
I don't know if you know, but I've done it 5.
Have you?
Yeah.
There you go. It would ruin your hair, wouldn't it? Actually, in all seriousness, what does capping mean?
So
He said, knowing the answer.
Can I just state that when I first joined
Yes.
EXP, genuinely hand on heart, I didn't even know what cap was.
Okay.
It was mentioned in a couple of conversations, but I didn't join to cap. A lot of agents don't even think it's possible. Let's put it that way.
Okay.
But to cap, you need to exchange in theory of £80,000.
84,000.
Oh, thank you, Chris. See, this is where you know that I just wing life. 84. Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
So from your birthday, not your own birthday, but from your
Anniversary work day.
Anniversary
Mine being
work
the 1st of July.
Okay, then.
Yeah.
If you exchange contract, this is with your model.
Yeah.
Other models are available. With your model, you up to the first £84,000 with the EXP model, the EXP will take 30% of it.
30%, yeah.
Okay, and then for what? For then each subsequent pound or each subsequent exchange?
Per unit then until your next anniversary date till it expires.
Okay.
They would take £250 per transaction.
Okay. So therefore, what you're basically saying is, when someone says I've capped, you basically said I've earned 84 grand up to a certain time, because that's what you're saying, isn't it?
Very matter of fact, if you want to put it that way.
Yeah.
Yeah, but
Okay.
to the agent,
Okay.
they now have got a chance to go and earn some really, really good income.
Okay.
Okay, and that's potentially one of the reasons why a lot of people are drawn to come to EXP.
I mean,
And it's also an achievement, Chris,
okay.
to that individual.
Okay. So
Because I don't know if you're aware, not the rates, I'd have to get the exact figures from Adam, or we might be able to put this when it goes live. Not everybody caps in their first year. It's a small minor of people. I actually listened to one of your conversations with yourself and Adam. It's hard.
Okay.
It's an achievement.
Right. Okay. Name me any other profession that brags that they've earned so much in a certain period of time. Like a doctor saying, I've done so many operations and I've earned this much. It will almost be a bit like me saying,
well, I think something's wrong in the industry if you've got doctors out there bragging that they save people's lives.
well, but estate agency. Why are estate agents so different that they have to say?
Well, there's 2 elements. When you go self-employed, a lot of people can look at it as in you by yourself.
Yes.
Okay, so there is an element of supporting one another.
Yes.
So you could then go back to, so why do you have quarterly reviews in the corporate world?
Okay.
Why do people have a laminated card saying you've been the best branch manager this year? Here's a bottle of champagne and let's stand up in a room of 30 people.
It's not champagne, it's the cheap.
Well, it's the cheapest Prosecco
that
you can get from
£6.99 from where
there you go.
Special
Okay.
offer.
So you could fire the question over to them, but that person goes home feeling very proud.
Yes. Yeah.
And that then might give them the motivation to go to do their next chapter.
Okay,
so that's the same with us.
That pride is from within.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And I've got no issue with that. You know, I've been in business so long and I have certain milestones that when I hit them, or, you know, myself and my wife and the team, I'm very proud. But if I said, I've been in business 3 years and I've got X in the bank account and I've turned over Y, that's just as bad as you saying, When I say you, not you personally,
I get that.
you know.
But do you not think that it would attract some of the really good estate agents
Oh,
there?
now we're getting somewhere.
Okay, so there's 2 points to it. There is a part of personal pride,
Okay.
and you want to build the people
Stroke
around
bragging.
you. Yeah.
Pride bragging.
Yeah, if you want to call it that, again, very matter of fact. But then it also shows the estate agents out there in the corporate world what could be done. Because I didn't think it could be done when I first joined. I didn't even really understand the concept of it. Now, it says a lot when I walked into a corporate branch a couple of months ago in my local area, because I know the guy that runs it. And I walked in and had a bit of a chat with him. And his words were, "How quick do you think I could cap, Sam?" Now, that's somebody that's not part of EXP, but that's somebody that's following the journey and potentially wants some of it themselves and understanding the model.
What if, but an awful lot of people say, well, that's you, just because you've earned so much in your bank account, because people are very biased, negatively biased. Well, that might be okay for you, but just because you've earned it doesn't mean I can earn it.
No, but then that's when you sit down with a potential agent and you do all the figures based on 30%. Very simple. The rest is a bonus, but that's something we should talk about for maybe year 2 or 3.
But isn't it interesting that a person who I look up to in the self-employed model, and actually someone who I mentor him, is Tony Ruby.
Yeah.
Okay. And
I wish Tony was here now because we could have a real good debate on this.
Okay. Yeah, but the thing is, though, he had a post that had 200 likes and 20 shares.
Okay.
And it didn't talk about anything about what he'd earned or capped. And that's the thing, is that I think it's lazy estate agency.
Okay, and that's where, in this instance, you're picking what one person's post about cap.
But you all do it.
Yeah, and Tony's done it.
Yeah,
okay.
I can't control him.
Okay, so on the flip side, he's done a post like it, but then he does a post that's very personal to his area.
You see, the only people that I care are the ones that are emotionally involved with you.
Yeah, so your argument could be, in this instance, clients may not want to hear about
It's
cap.
going to turn people off.
I fully 100% agree with that. And that is why I've got 2 separate social media pages, one for agent attraction and one for my business, which being Serone Estate. My clients don't want to hear that. I don't want to share.
Okay, but then are you using 2 different platforms for that? Because if you dare say, well, but vendors don't look at LinkedIn, that's wrong, because the posh people are going to look on LinkedIn.
I agree with that, but I think more people in the industry will be following you than a potential client.
Okay.
Because that's just the world of social media. You can find anyone these days.
I mean, isn't it interesting that the person who I think, and if you actually look at their numbers, is the king daddy of attraction, the one with the beard?
My sponsor.
Okay.
Yeah.
Who has 200 agents.
Mm-hmm. As of yesterday.
Okay. We're filming this in the middle of September. Isn't it interesting that his technique to attract agents, which again, let's be frank, this is all about attracting agents, isn't it?
You're obviously attracting them now, yeah, of course.
Okay. Then surely all the agents should be taking reference from what Ben did 5 years ago. Because if I see another flipping post that says, joined EXP and it's changed my life. If you want to join, be a self-employed estate agent, sign here, take 1 or more to the checkout now. And don't even get me talking about what bloody icon status is. I posted that at the weekend and everyone was saying, what's icon status?
Yeah, because it was quite rare, but now it's becoming more common. That's the beauty of the model.
Well, it's almost, like my understanding of an icon is like from the Russian church, where you hold a great big...
It's all changed now.
Okay, where you have this like great big gold... this great big gold picture frame with a picture of the Virgin Mary. I'll tell you what, why don't we get a picture of an EXP agent, okay, with a big gold thing, and the Russian bit goes, icon status.
Maybe we could speak to Adam about this so we could make that happen.
Okay.
But going back to Ben, in what aspect are you saying to Ben? Because obviously when he first started 5 years ago, nobody knew about the model. But do you not think it's grown because people are seeing people succeed?
Yeah, there's ways to do it, okay? But in essence, the way Ben does it and the way I'm a big fan of what Claire does it, Claire Hughes, and I'm a big fan of Adam Mackay, is you talk about the fears and the frustrations of not what you've done, what you can do for them. And that's where most And again, I know other models do try and attract people to it, but let's be honest, there's so many EXP agents, and a lot of you are doing
I mean,
it.
there's a lot of us now, and you're probably pinpointing the odd post that goes out about.
Odd,
Okay,
odd
yeah,
post.
because there's more and more people now capping, and there's more and more people
No,
likening.
I'm talking
But
about the, oh, if you know, it's changed my life. I've been to the so and so,
if you follow their feed, Chris, you'll see that there are the bad days in there. Last week, I woke up by midday last Monday. I'd had 3 fall throughs. I've shared that,
okay, that's good.
but you haven't picked that up because you want
Okay, that
bite,
triggers
you
me.
want cap.
And because no one can, you know, the
The
magic,
good ones will talk about the realism of it all.
the good ones, and there's not many of you, and I'll give you your due. You are in my not on the naughty list.
Not on the naughty list, thank you.
You are okay. You're not, you're not up there with Ben yet.
Okay,
But you are.
we'll make that
You're
happen.
doing that. Do you agree with me on this principle? Don't talk about yourself. Talk about what you can do for them, because in essence, you are earning money off them.
Completely. And if you could see my WhatsApp feed today of my social media guy, I've screenshot that one of my posts last week that got the most interaction was how I engaged my audience within the first 6 months.
There you go.
So, and it was a conversation on the way here through voice notes that we do need to give more. There's lifestyle, there's challenges, there's income, but there's also how we've done it.
Yeah.
And I think with 20 years worth of knowledge, I can give that to people.
And why do you think your compatriots aren't doing that?
Some people, I don't know whether they've got it genuinely in them.
Because
with all due respect, you can be an estate agent and self-employed when you don't have to take over the world like some of us have. They could be very average.
Isn't it also interesting that an awful lot of the high performers don't recruit?
So I've only just started recruiting. I've had Ben on at me for years. Ben, Sam, let's do this together. I just wanted to sell houses.
Okay, but if you think about it, the most that you can earn is £2,400 off one person on your downline.
Yep.
I know you're going to say, well, what if they do that?
Of course.
Okay, blah, blah. Okay. But unless you've got 50, 60, 100, you know, if you don't mind me saying, I'm more likely to be able to speak to Sir Keir Starmer than you. When I'm trying to get, because you're running around like headless chicken. Have you really got time to run a successful estate agency business and then be this coach guide person?
Potentially, if you set up the business correctly. So I've set up my business over 5 years, and I've now brought some girls in that help me support the business so that I can come out for days like this, so that I can go meet agents, but so my business runs in the background. But what you've got to ask yourself with the whole downline and rev share, or whatever you want to call it,
which I have no problem with, because a lot of people say it's a pyramid scheme. It's not a pyramid scheme.
Thank you for that, because it's not. And if we can get more
a picture of Adam stood outside the pyramids in Egypt probably was not.
It was, but that's where he's got a good sense of humour. So, and that's you have to have that.
Yes, I know.
But if we can bring more people out of the corporate world into the self-employed world, it will change the industry, Chris, and you know that. And LinkedIn openly said the other day, the founder of LinkedIn said that long gone will be 9 to 5 come 2034.
I am a massive fan of the self-employed model for estate agents, for the right people. I am a massive fan of the EXP model and others, and I will mention them now. The avocado model, obviously Anne Mackay with his real agent, it's part of EXP. And you have I'm a big fan of one of the Keller centres.
Yep.
And as I said, there are other models out there that I like. The Property Experts is another one.
But going back to downline and everything, you could earn more money passive income than a buy-to-let with the taxes that they're doing these days through bringing agents on board. Yes, we can earn from it, but we're also
okay. What about this question? I posed this one over the weekend. Is that you shouldn't be allowed to bring someone on your downline unless you're bringing in 10 grand a month for 6 months in a row?
I think you think that should be implemented into the business.
Well, of course, you're going to say no, but I assume so. But that's just me, throwing out a clickbait title.
But you could also say that EXP only asks for 2 years minimum. Other self-employed models do it differently. Okay. So in that theory, that could work.
Okay, but if you're not actually walking the walk and talking the talk, why the hell should you?
Do you mean as being a sponsor?
That's what I mean. That's what I meant by the 10 grand.
No, but there's parts of me that would probably agree with you on that.
You've actually got to do
on the flip side, it is down to that individual who they choose as their sponsor.
I mean, there are people coming into EXP at the moment who have no intention of selling any houses and just being a a recruiter?
Yeah, I don't agree with that.
Okay.
Do you mean, I mean, we're self-employed and we're allowed our own opinion, and EXP genuinely I can't say a bad word about, but there's 800 of us now. Everyone are going to be coming in for different reasons. Everyone's going to be choosing a sponsor for a different reason. The way I want to do it is I do want to nurture my agents. I do want to look after them. I do. A lady signed up with me last week, and I talked about you have to go VAT registered after 80 grand. She's like, Sam, that's never going to happen. I said, we'll have this conversation in 12 months' time, because it is doable and it will happen. But it's up
What
to
do you
people out
got?
there.
Final question. And again, other sponsors are available. What would you offer someone if you took them on as a sponsor?
And what I am offering is I've got 20 years worth of knowledge, which is 15 years worth in corporate, well, 13 corporate, 2 years independent, and 5 years self-employed. On the flip side of that, I've got 3 children. I've got a husband. So the nurturing side of it, if somebody's worried about coming over, of how to juggle it, how to balance it, I can offer them support in that way. I can offer them help and advice in how to run their social media, because that is something that has worked huge for me. That has changed my business. I can offer them support on whether they're working for themselves or whether they plan to have a team in the future. And not only that, is I can put them in contact with the people that are right for them. So, for example, the lady that joined up with me last week, I've given her Tony Ruby as a co-sponsor. She didn't know about him, but I know she's quite close to him, and I know that she'll learn more from him. In my opinion, I would do what's right for the agent coming on board.
You've got to split your commission.
Yeah, I don't mind. It's right for the agent. And that's what it should be about, because she'll flourish. She really excites me, but she will flourish, and she will flourish more from my advice plus Tony's. And I'll do it for others. I work really closely with Adam Mackay. Obviously, Ben and me talk all the time. But it's about what's right for the agent. And when you spend that time with them and you get to know them individually, I'm also going to pass the Holly Price's way. Holly Price had a very similar background to her. So mine isn't sign on the dotted line and off you go and let's hope you earn some money. Let's build that future together.
Thank you for your time today, Sam.
Thank you, Chris.